Hi all, I'm Sid and today I would be reviewing a phone from Samsung. That does not sound that exciting because Samsung launching a new phone is nothing special, they do it all the time. Yet, this phone is a bit special. It is the first Samsung phone with 6GB of RAM inside. And I've been using this phone for around 10 days and based on my usage, it is a good phone. Yet, it is not for everyone. Well, we'll be talking all about that and more in this full review of the Samsung Galaxy C9 Pro. Now, generally in my reviews, I keep the display and design sections separate, but today I would be clubbing them both for this phone because it's important. The phone looks quite premium. The back is made up of metal, it's got curves on the edges and it's got some great pattern design on the antenna lines and on the camera lens. The front, however, is a bummer for me. It breaks the metallic continuity in lieu of glass, which by the way is Gorilla Glass 4 apparently, and it looks like a phone from Oppo than Samsung. However, I do appreciate the 2.5D curve on the screen and the slim girth of the smartphone, which makes this otherwise oversized device fit very well in the palm. And this is an important thing, the size. Now, I'm not the best judge on what an ideal smartphone size should be. Far from it. It's like buying a shoe. Everyone prefers a different size, everyone has a different fit. Personally, I do not like oversized smartphones. I even call 5.5 inches phablets. But this device goes beyond. This phone has a 6-inch screen size, which in my opinion is not the most convenient one to have around. It is very cumbersome when you wear tight jeans and you try to fit it in your pockets. It makes the presence felt, at least for skinny guys. But screen size aside, the quality of the screen is top notch. It's got a 6-inch Full HD Super AMOLED display which looks bright and vivid when turned on, and it's even functional when it's turned off. Also, one useful inclusion in this phone, which other Galaxies of the past have lacked, is the ability to unlock the phone by tapping on the fingerprint scanner even when the screen is off. But this scanning is not the most efficient for its price segment. Even though I find that the fingerprint scanning for this price segment could have been much better. But now let's talk about the highlight of this device, its internals. This is the first Samsung smartphone to pack in 6GB of RAM on board, and personally, multitasking was never an issue. Even though I think that there is no glory in using a Snapdragon 653 CPU on board. It is a chipset that has been designed for devices that are ideally costing 1/3 of this price tag. Yet we must remember, it is a Samsung smartphone and it is capable of delivering flagship-like performance even without the adequate flagship-like hardware on board. For gamers, you get the same game launcher and same game tools that you would find on a Samsung Galaxy S7. And for the most part, there are no major frame drops even in the highest end titles. But there are two things that a gamer would notice and might not appreciate. Number one, the loudspeaker isn't the loudest one out there. And number two, when the phone is strained a bit, it does get overheated. But now let's head to the phone's software. The phone looks a lot like the Android Nougat edition of Samsung's TouchWiz. It has the same look, same UI, same feel and a couple of similar features too on board. I've in fact made a separate video on S7 running Nougat. You can check out that video for features and reference. Yet, this phone does not really run Android Nougat. It just fools you into thinking that it does by copying the same style. It is based on Android Marshmallow, but we still get the Samsung features that we love, like the secure folder which gives you privacy and dual app instances, the Galaxy App Store, themes, and also dual window support, which is a boon in my opinion for a device of this size. Talking about cameras, they aren't the best ones out there. The day shots are generally good, but when indoors, the results start to deteriorate. And in low light, they range from worse to sometimes even unacceptable. In terms of video recording, I love the stereo microphone implementation that enhances audio in your videos, but the lack of an optical image stabilizer and no 4K video recording on board might be an issue for some people. Coming to the front camera, it is set at 16 megapixels and the quality is better than that of the Oneplus 3T, both in terms of day and also in terms of night, where this phone has a front screen flash feature that is a boon for your night feeds. Off to battery now. It was a bit erratic in the beginning, but after it has received a new software update, I am getting good battery life on the smartphone. 4.5 hours of screen on time on average, and it easily lasts me throughout a day on most days. Moreover, there is also quick charging present on the board, which tops your phone back up to life very quickly once it's dead. Lastly, I must also tell you that the phone packs in both NFC and gyroscope should you choose to use them. Now that you know all about the phone, it is time for me to give you my verdict on the Samsung Galaxy C9 Pro. So, how's the phone? Well, it's a decent phone in terms of general performance in my opinion. However, it is far from perfect. 6 inches is still not a mainstream screen size. Had it been a half inch lesser, things might have been different. Actually, I'm kind of a little disappointed from Samsung. This phone cost 37,000 bucks. Now, a Samsung loyalist, in my opinion, would have paid that extra premium to buy a Samsung phone over, say, a Oneplus 3T. However, it then had to be at least on par. This phone is not at par. Having 6GB of RAM on board is not an excuse to fit in mediocre processors, cameras, or have a bad design. The only advantage this phone has over the flagship killers, 3 advantages in fact. Number 1, Samsung's quality of smartphones and Samsung's quality of servicing is quite superior. Number 2, this phone is available on offline retailers as well. So you can see the phone, you can feel the phone before making the purchase. And number 3, it has a separate micro SD card slot apart from the 2 SIM slots it already has. But having said all that, I'm glad that this device came out because it gives me a clearer glimpse on the future Samsung smartphones. For instance, Galaxy S8 now I'm pretty sure is going to have at least 6GB of RAM. USB Type-C ports are becoming mainstream, and future Samsung phones would unlock without needing to turn the screen on. Fingerprint scanning would be more efficient. And that is pretty much it from my side in this video review. From your side, however, I expect some likes, some shares, some good comments, and most importantly, I expect you to subscribe to the channel. My name is Sid. Come back for more. Ciao.